All right, fellas. So it has been a minute, right, since I've made a video. About 2 weeks or so. Maybe not quite, but somewhere around there. 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, who's counting. But this is a culmination summon video. And I feel like, at this point, obviously, I feel like most people, unless you're doing like YOLO multis or YOLO singles or something, you're probably done summoning on Gohan and Piccolo. I figured I've got all this recorded footage. Let's just go ahead and make a video, right? So you could see there I did pull Pan. I feel like Pan, upon using her and having her at max links, I actually only have her at 55%. That is obviously an issue. Not the most impressive banner unit. Her restriction to that 60% chance to dodge only against one enemy really limits her use. And like, yeah, I know the most difficult content in the game is against one enemy, Cell Max and the like, Red Zone. But I don't know, man. She just doesn't seem like she raises enough defense, because 60%, it's not 70%. It just feels a lot less. So let me know what you think of that in the comments below. But Pan, I think she's good, and her support ability is monstrous, right, for Gohan and Piccolo. So that really helps her cause. That really does help kind of her usability for sure. But if she didn't have that support, she'd be a dead in the water unit. So, however, the main attraction of these banners, of course, Ultimate Gohan and Power Awakened Piccolo. So, despite what you might think of, the whole Beast Gohan versus Ultimate Gohan, kind of debacle that took place, I still feel like Ultimate Gohan is a very good character. I think one thing that he really could have benefited from is either like a small chance to dodge or some damage reduction. I know that his defense can get very high. He's easily over 1 million defense. You guys will see in this video, I mean, spoilers, don't listen to this part if you don't want spoilers, but I do have him with a dupe. And I mean, he's outputting some really good damage, and he's got, he can get over 1 million defense. I mean, he can tank. I mean, he can against some bosses, right? Some million damage red zone bosses. He can. But he is just so dependent on getting these super attacks. It makes it really kind of just a crapshoot of whether or not he's going to be really good for the run, or he's going to be really mid. He's either going to be alt Han or he's going to be mid Han. There really just doesn't seem to be an in-between with him. So if you're getting the additional supers, you're getting the triple super, on turn 1, 24 key super. He's looking really good, outputting really nice damage, as I said, super effective against all types. Slowly building up the defense with the super attacks. It helps, for sure, and attack for that matter. Of course, being a boost character against Cell Max certainly helps his cause, like, no doubt about that. By the way, boom! Cracking the code when it actually works, right? The Goku Black Rift on the YOLO multi right there. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. So I believe this is copy number 1 of the video. I'm pretty sure. I think, of course, the main issue with Gohan is that he's not Beast Gohan. Like, he's not a playable Beast Gohan. And it is an issue, right? It is something that Dokkan just completely... I really don't think everyone keeps saying they fumbled. I guess. I mean, I guess it just depends on your definition of that. To me, like, Raditz is a fumble. Like, dog. Gohan is not Raditz. Like, we can meme around, like, that, haha, he's Raditz's nephew and this and that, but, dude, he ain't Raditz. He is still ridiculously good. If everything was exactly the same, except for the animations and his sprite, no one would be saying shit about this unit. They might be saying that Piccolo is still better, because I think that Piccolo is easily the better unit. There's no question. He's one. He's number 1 in the game. He's so crazy. And by the way, speaking of Piccolo, wow, on cue. There's my first copy of Piccolo. As it usually happens with these kind of banners, is like you usually end up getting the unit that you don't really care about first on these dual Dokkan Fests. It just seems to be the way that it goes. I'm pretty sure I spent the majority of my time in Stones on the Piccolo banner. Again, it took me, I want to say, I think I pulled Gohan on the first rotation. And I believe I pulled Piccolo. I want to say I pulled my first copy. Was that the second rotation on the Piccolo banner? I'm pretty sure. And this time around, I don't know if we've gotten to this point in the video yet, but dude, the tickets, absolute duds this time around. Global exclusive tickets are always a W in my book, because you're getting so much more than just the summons. I mean, yeah, the summons is why you're doing it, but you're getting training items. Oftentimes you're getting box space, you're getting meat items, like you're getting a lot. You're getting Kais, you're getting skill orbs, like, I don't know. So these new animations, by the way, I haven't even talked about yet, and then we'll probably talk about Piccolo. I really like this idea of Dokkan changing up the animations, but not too much, and celebration exclusive. I could easily see them doing this for anniversaries, you know, worldwide download celebrations, and I feel like this would make everyone happy. And then maybe, you know, because I feel like everyone likes the summons. There's my other Gohan, by the way. There's the dupe of Gohan. So I feel like everyone likes the summons. It could definitely go for a full overhaul. I mean, this is about the time that they should do it, but I think in the meanwhile, sort of adding in these celebration exclusive animations, I do quite like the idea of that. So this time around, it's all the superhero characters, you know, maybe, just maybe, if we get like, you know, a Dragon Ball Super Broly celebration, we'll get some Broly animations and this kind of thing. Like, I am looking forward to that very, very much. I wouldn't anticipate them doing it every single month. I think that would take way too many resources, way too much time. And I feel like the quality would suffer straight up. I feel like, quite frankly, it would suffer. So you don't want them to do something like this too often. You want them to do it and do it right. So I feel like doing it, you know, once, twice a year, these kind of special summons. I do quite like the animations. They've been pretty easy to decipher. I mean, once you kind of summoned a little bit on the banner, you're like, oh, okay, you know, Piccolo and Goku flying in with Gohan, guaranteed Piccolo animation, right? The new screen cracks, that was guaranteed, you know, Dokkan Festival exclusive, right? Even the single screen cracks, you know, the Pan and Gohan, and then the Pan Hand and Piccolo the Water. So those were both guaranteed Dokkan Fest exclusives. I believe Power Awakened Piccolo is featured unit, and I believe Ultimate Gohan is Dokkan Festival exclusive, right? So they were all relatively easy to figure out. Obviously, like the Gamma, you know, rewind animation, we know what that is, guaranteed new unit. The Goku Black Rift and Zeno, of course, the same. I feel like it's a good time. We'll go ahead and just kind of change gears a little bit. I feel like it's a good time to talk about the GOAT, dude. So Piccolo. Power Awakened Piccolo, I feel like there's almost nothing they could have added to his card that would have... I mean, obviously you can make him better, like, obviously, right? But I feel like the design of his card... There's the Gamma Rewind, by the way. This was so hype. I was really not expecting that. I'm just like, oh, whatever, you know, Gamma 2 animation. And then, boom, there was the Rewind. It was really fun getting some new animations, like I said. But there's Piccolo the GOAT, by the way. Showing up in the summons yet again. You love to see that. Getting dupes for these big-time characters. Oh, and Chilai, baby. Oh. But getting dupes for these big-time characters, you really see, even just that first dupe path opened up, you can really just see the power. You really get a kind of a good taste of what they can do when you get that first dupe path opened up, you know, 69%. It really seems to be like, that's a good place to stop, in my opinion. I mean, if you're a whale, you're a whale, you're going to just be a whale, and that's okay. I think if you're free to play, you know, or very, very limited, then you just stop at one copy. But, you know, if you are, one dupe is all you need, I feel like. That's my point. But Piccolo, man. So I feel like they really did a very, very good job designing him. Power Awakened form. I mean, you're talking this guy, I mean, at Rainbow status, even where I have him with 2 dupes, even at 2 dupe status. Dude, I mean, dude is hitting like, my jaw dropped the other day when I was using him. He hit like a 19 million attack stat. And it's just like, what? You know, he can't triple super like Gohan. But dude, with a 19 million attack stat, you don't even need to, bruh. So, and then not to mention him with his active skills. So not only is he putting in work defensively, but offensively, he's low-key putting in work as well. I mean, he can hit so hard. So that was really, really kind of nice to see is that, yeah, he can have start of turn, you know, 750k defense with 50% damage reduction when you get him below 30% HP. Not to mention he heals you. Dude, he's fucking crazy. I mean, dude, Piccolo, he just absolutely is the best unit in the game. By the way, that was my first copy of that Gohan and Trunks, right? I mean, or Goten and Trunks, excuse me. So not real exciting there. So, but Piccolo, dude, and then we haven't even talked about his active skill. Active skills for both of these characters are very, very easy to get. So I feel like that really bodes well for them. It really adds to just their playability, their fun, their use, just everything. It adds to it when you can consistently get these active skills. I mean, we all know at this point. Some of the coolest looking and, you know, best looking and most aesthetically pleasing, those are all really the same thing. But all of those, a lot of those animations are hidden behind very poor active skill conditions. You look at AGLLR Gohan, you look at the GT Super Saiyans, for instance, like those two come to mind. You just like, you never see them, right? You just never ever get to see them, and it's such a shame, you know. And I get it, like, I think Dokkan, there was a point where they were really trying to hide these active skills behind very, very steep conditions because they just wanted them to be finishing moves, you know what I mean? And it just sucks when they're so limited because you want to see the animations, but I feel like they really nailed it with these units. Again, even Gohan, dude, I mean, you say what you want about Gohan, dude, he's still dominating Red Zone. Yeah, I will say he struggles against the core. That is the one fight where if you hinder him from super attacking, if you get sealed, even Omega Shenron, if you get sealed with Gohan, you might as well just like float him off. Like, you know, GG's, we'll try again next time, because if he's not getting, you know, double, triple supers right off the bat, you're in trouble. Now, Power Awakening Piccolo, on the other hand, he can do it all on his own. You know what I mean? Between him and between his giant form active skill, he can literally win you the whole entire fight. He can solo the entirety of the Tech Cell Max phase. He can solo the Metal Cooler Core. He can solo AGL Broly. He can solo absolutely the toughest bosses in the game, literally by himself, just with the active skill. So let me know what you think of all of that in the comments below, kind of as we wrap up these summons. I think these last few summons weren't incredibly awe-inspiring, but I did just go ahead and include them. If I had to give you a total, this is a guaranteed fusion, by the way. If I had to give you a total number of stones, I feel like, was it maybe around like, maybe 1,000-ish? 1,000-ish? Something like that. Maybe not even that. I ended up having really, really good luck on the banners. Considering my shaft was Zamasu, I went a lot of stones for one copy of Zamasu. So considering all of that, I will definitely take this luck, and I'm gonna take it with me and run. And I'm gonna wrap up this video right now. Slap a like if you enjoyed it, and of course, subscribe if you're new. Love you guys, and I will catch all of you in the next one. It feels good to be back. Later.